Hi, I'm Dave Hoy, Technical Team Agronomist with LG Seeds, and this is your Agronomy Tip of the Week. Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the corn tassel, something we often take for granted. A lot of people think, well, it sheds pollen and it makes my kid sneeze because he has allergies. But there's actually a lot more that goes into the tassel and how it works. Today I'll talk to you a little bit about the parts of a tassel and maybe a little something you didn't know. The tassel on a corn plant consists of a lot of different parts. Now, the main stem right here is called the center spike, and that can be short or tall or floppy. It kind of depends on genetics. But you've got these other little branches that come out that these hold spikelets, and these spikelets hold the anthers. And those anthers are like double-barreled shotguns, right? That's what holds the pollen. Now, the corn plant won't actually start dropping pollen until it knows that there's going to be a silk. But it actually drops pollen just before those silks come out. So those silks have a chance to reach out and grab some pollen because it's already there. It actually drops pollen anywhere from 5 to 10 days, with the really big drop of pollen happening about 3 days. Now, just like silks don't all come at once, the tassel doesn't drop all of its pollen at once. So as soon as the sun comes up and it burns all the dew off, that's when it starts dropping the pollen. And it usually happens till about 11 o'clock in the morning, whenever it gets too hot. So it actually starts from the center mass of the tassel, and it starts dropping on its way out. It'll go for maybe up to 2 weeks for the whole field. Each plant will only drop pollen in about a 50-foot radius. That's about as far as it goes. But actually, some pollen can travel up to a half mile in a 15-mile-an-hour wind in 2 minutes. Probably not going to do much when it gets there, though. Most pollen doesn't go very far because corn pollen is a pretty big molecule, speaking in microns. So how much pollen does this baby have? Between 2 and 5 million grains of pollen. That's a lot. When you consider that each field has about 36,000 plants per acre, you do the math, that's a lot. Now, what could be problems out here? You know, these pollen will drop at 1 foot per second, but if it's hot and it's dry, it can really desiccate that pollen. If it's over 100 degrees, that pollen might be inert by the time it gets to the silk, just because it's so hot and dry. That's why it's always important to have cool mornings when we're dropping pollen out here for the silks to reach out and grab. Hey, I hope you enjoyed today's Agronomy Tip of the Week. I'm Dave Hoy, Technical Team Agronomist with LG Seeds. And we'll see you next trip.